Alright, so I'm out testing the rake, and I've already seen one thing that I'm going to have to address, and it doesn't have much weight to it, so you'll see here I'm trying to figure out how to do this stuff multi-handed. You can see it's not getting down into the pine needles as it should, so I got to add some weight to it. Stays buried a bit more in the needles and the leaves and the sticks. So I think I have an idea of what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put a piece of angle iron across the tines to help weight them down. But see, it just kind of floats over the top of crap. A little bit disappointing, but I've learned with this stuff nowadays, you got to expect the worst. So you can see that it's not out of the box, not such a great performer. And then you can lift it up, lock it in. I gotta come up with something better here, but I have an idea. Trash. I get so much trash in my property. I don't know where it comes from. People's trash that they don't keep contained in their own trash cans. So these look like trash bags. Anyway, see, stuff is starting to grow, turn green. So this is what I call the pine forest. It's off the side of the house. Over there, there's the detached barn. It's the dog pen I made. And see, I'd started collecting leaves. There's a pile back there, pile over there, pile there. But I have all these trees, so I have the perfect storm here. In the pine forest here, I've got these big trees, and these guys all shed these leaves. I've got these pine trees, which all shed needles. So I have a mix of needles, leaves, and grass that struggles. So, put this trash on this bag here, or put this trash bag in my little handy dandy. I bought these bungee cords. They weren't cheap. I got them online, and they suck. They've lost their elasticity, or they broke, or the metal hooks broke. So even though stuff may cost a lot, or it has good ratings, it still might suck. And I bought a bunch of them, so it's not like it was just like I got a bad one. I bought like a pack of 15, and all 15 of them sucked. So, leaf pile. my goal is to get this weight on this rake, try it out, and then get working in the main shop here on a few things that I've left unattended to for the last few days while working on this thing. And so that was the trip with the rake. So I think what I'm going to do, and again, this is a mess again because I've got 3 or 4 things going on at once here. That's how you got to do things sometimes. I think I may slap a piece of angle iron. That's smaller. I'd have to cut a piece of that. But that, I'd have to cut a piece of this too, unless I put the one piece. I could probably put this one piece. There's a smaller one right there. I could put the one piece across, but do I want that big a piece on there? I could cut a piece of this down here. That's pretty tall shit there. That's smaller pieces down there. But let me try something here. Let's try this one here. So that's the general idea. I have another idea of what I could do, but it would mean I'd have to take all those freaking bolts off again, and that would be the 4th time, and I'm not going to do that. So I'll just run one big piece of channel or angle iron across the top of this thing, and I have an idea of how to lock it down on there, but I'm not going to use this big stuff. I'm going to use the smaller stuff, but I have to see how long of a piece I need. I'll get to you yet, so I can use that. I'm looking forward to it. Alright, let's see how long. In theory, it should be 60 inches. Let's see if the theory matches the practicals. $61.5, but from rake to rake, it's 60. So from rake to rake, it's 60 inches as advertised. I probably want a piece that goes flush across here, and that would be 61.5? Get on there. 61.5. All right. So that's my mission. To cut a piece of angle 61.5 inches long. Not centimeters, not millimeters, but guess what? Inches. I'm going to cut it in inches. And then I got some quick maintenance to do on this and that pitchfork. I'll deal with that chainsaw later. The prime bubble is leaking, which I have another one or something in here, so I'll deal with that. Alright, let me find my piece and get my saw set up here, and then I'll flick this thing back on. Alright, so I got to take this and shorten it up. I don't have blades that are the proper length for that jet. I could use the cutoff saw, but I'd rather use this jet saw to cut this angle. But this is how things go. Stupid simple thing as that rake had to take it and put it together and take it apart 3 times. Now it doesn't weigh enough, so I got to put weigh on the tines enough to get in to rake the needles and leaves and crap. So I got to put weight to it, which means the best thing to do at this point in time is to take this angle, cut it to 61.5 inches, and put it on there for that. But in order to do that, I have to change the blades. I was out of blades that were the proper length because that blade's all chewed up. So that means I got to take this blade and make it to the length of that blade. Good Lord. People wonder why. I don't know what they wonder, but I certainly just wonder why. So, used my bigger drill press and the grinder over there to create this right here, and hopefully it will fit. We'll see. Fit on that, of course. Even a squirrel gets a nut every once in a while. So I think that'll work. Now if the saw does its gig, this should be a done deal. That blade that was on was that Starrett was much more heavy duty than this, but we'll see how this goes. Alright, let's get ready for some rocking and rolling. That's going to be faux show. Cutoff wheel would have been much faster, but not nearly as cool as this guy. So, making its way through. Like I said, the cutoff wheel would have been much faster, but this got the cool factor. That blade is really a fine cutting blade, so it's just kind of working its way through there slowly. With a real fine cut to it. There's a coolant tank down there that jets out through that, but I've got a leak on the sight glasses on the other side, and so it just drains out. I got it. The stuff, the parts for this thing are like virtually impossible to find. So, or just have to do searches and hope to hit the right time when something hits eBay or some auction site or Craigslist or something like that. Pretty cool. Alright, down through. Let's see if my stop button. That's how you adjust the auto stop, that little screw on the stop shit. Let's see if I have it adjusted right. And look at that, it shut off just perfectly. Right on. That, I think, is so cool, man. And the cut, let's check the cut out. I gotta make sure. Yeah, it's a pretty. This is the oiler for the bar. Tighten it back up. Alright, so now let's raise this bugger. Lock it in. Pretty decent cut. Look at that, man. That's smooth cut. Like I said, that would have been quicker, but this is cooler. My humble opinion. So now I got an idea on how to mount this onto that rake. See how that pans out. Okay, so what I landed on doing is I'm going to drill holes through that angle and use these backing plates up underneath and drill holes through those until I'll have one backing plate, two backing plates, three backing plates, and then that way I can adjust it where I want the weight, further down on the tines, fingers, further back up, see what gives the best results, but that way it's adjustable and not fixed into place. I was going to just U-bolt. I've got a bunch of stainless U-bolts, which have been good, and just like U-bolt them up and through like that, which would work. You know, that would work doing that, but I've only got like I think I've only got like 5 of these, 4 or 5, which would actually work. But I think this will give it a better bite, and once I get it settled into position, make it a little more permanent. I got plenty of hardware, so there's 3. I've got 4, so actually I got 4 of those stainless U-bolts, but I do have grade 8 nylocks, some heavy-duty stainless washers, and some thinner stainless washers. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe 3 bolts on each plate will give plenty of bite to hold that angle on there. So once I get this all drilled out, I will buzz this off with a wheel, slap some black paint on it, and then I can call this effing rake done. Good Lord. Whatever, man. I don't know what to say about it. But I got plenty of other stuff to be doing that's backing up. Jacking around with this thing for 2 days. Alright, bye. So, now my task is to drill the holes in this bar stop, which will go underneath to pull down that angle and give it some bite on the forks, the fingers, tines on the rake. And so I'm using my Craftsman 2-horse 20-inch industrial rated drill press. You can adjust the speeds up there with the bands on the different pulleys. But that's my next step here.
The schizophrenic psycho, yeah. Maybe I'm the one, maybe I'm the one who is the schizophrenic psycho. She laid down on the fresh lawn. She can make everything not go, but she died one on big time, and it makes me wanna rewind the back in the city. Cause we got the color.
Alright, so I got all my holes drilled. So now I'm gonna, the only thing I have, I thought I had some discs, but I'm gonna take a flapper wheel and clean this bar off a bit and spray paint it just to help keep it, whatever, looking good, not rusting away, which I would think before that angle iron rots away, this rake will be long gone. So anyway, but that's what I'm doing, and I'll tighten it up and be done with this frickin' thing. Put it together not once, not twice, but 3 times. Then it doesn't function as expected. So now I spend half a frickin' day doing this crap. And I tell you, sometimes you just want to sit and have a beer, which I may do. Right on. Alright, so I got it flapped off good enough for now. I'm gonna wipe it off, shoot it with some black paint, bolt up that bar stock up underneath it, and that will be a done frickin' deal. That makes me happy. 2 days later, oh well, it's the way it rolls. Alright, painted and drying, then I'll mount it. Who'd freaking know for a stupid ass rake I'd spend 2 days of my life and have to use a reciprocating saw, grinders, drills, paints, you know, drill presses. 2 days out of my life for a sorry ass rake. So I don't know what's more sorry, me or the rake, because I'm the idiot that spent 2 days of my life jacking with it. Oh well. So now I'm going to work on this pressure washer to get it out of here while that's drying. So, I have a, yeah, like that's loose. They're all f***ing loose. Pardon my French. Yeah. Alright, so, this is my task right now to tighten these things up.
I can't remember anything. Can't tell if this is true or deep down inside I feel the stream.
This terrible silence stops in me. Now that the war is through with me, I'm waking up, I cannot see that there's not much left in me. Nothing is real but pain now. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh please God, wake me. Back in the womb it's much too real. In comes life that I must feel, but can't look forward to reveal. Look to the time when I...
There you go.
See, I think drugs have done some good things for us. I really do. And if you don't believe drugs have done good things for us, do me a favor. Go home tonight, take all your albums, all your tapes, and all your CDs and burn them. Because you know what? The musicians who made all that great music that's enhanced your lives throughout the year, real on drugs.
All around me are familiar
68. I dig the Torino. I dig my Shelby. Haven't had the Bronco going for a while, but I mean, when you got 20 plus acres, a couple of tractors, lawn equipment, big ass frickin' horse trailer, you know, barns and whatnot. If I liquidated half of my shit, yeah, I'd have a lot of nice rides, but as it is right now, I got what I got, and I'm not complaining. So I guess I'll just get back to my pressure washer. That one I gotta get fixed too. I might fire up the welder, get a couple of things tacked up. Chainsaws are pretty much running. I gotta put a bulb on that green one. Put this rake back together, get my tools back together. Maybe I can sit down and work on my heads a little bit up there at 540. So right on. That's that for now. Alright, so here goes test 2 with my new weight. Wish it would go down. I got those nuts on the hinges too tight, but I can loosen those up. So let's see how it reacts with a little bit of weight on there. Better, but I guess I'm going to have to shift the weight back even further. Trying to drive with one hand while looking back, holding my camera with the other. So, well, it did better, but I think I'm going to have to move that frickin' weight back further. Well, that is a bit disappointing. So I guess I'm going to have to move my bar back further. Maybe to flip my hitch up the other way so it raises the front of the hitch, but puts that at a further down angle. Thought that would have done it, but it didn't. Try it again. Put more weight, down weight on the tongues. Alright, so now let's give that a try. certainly a lot more weight. I gotta get these nuts loosened up on those guys loosened up a little bit in there. Alright, so let's try this now. Alright, so we're fixing to go up here for test 3. Took 3 times to put it together. Maybe it'll take the third test to figure this thing out. Alright, so now let me put this down. Alright, so again, I gotta do this throttle and steer with my left hand. Well, it's working better, I'll say that. But it's not what I was expecting, that's for sure. I gotta get this branch out of the way. It's a pain in my ass. I've been avoiding it every time I come through here. Thank you. Yeah. It's not performing as I had hoped. Let's see what happens. See what happens now. Big ass branches here. This is what I mean, man. This pine forest is a pain in the ass. I trim these trees, and I still get all kinds of shit broken and falling off. Pain in my ass. Took 2 days out of my life to find a tool to make another pain in my ass easier. Made my left. I had to avoid that tree I cut down. Man, I gotta get those bolts loosened up so this thing flips down easier. I'm not impressed whatsoever. So, but what I did is I put this in here, put that on there, because I can put some weights in here now as well. See if I'll get any more weight on this thing. So, done in here for the evening. Did not even make it to those. Jacked around with that frickin' rake all day. Did get the pressure washer out of here though. Got that moved, fired up and moved over. Tightened up, fired up. Moved over to the other shop. Over to the other garage. So that's that. Alright, so just got a few tools to put away in here. And I'm calling it an evening. Got the rake. I think it's going to be about as best as it's going to be, and I'm not impressed with it. But I did get that pressure washer tidied up, tightened up, tidied up, running again. And so let me get my tools and so I can get out of here.